another episode of the Xbox International Podcast. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody has been having one awesome afternoon. I know I am. It's been one awesome, crazy day for me yesterday, especially since I had the PlayStation on the grill. Man, what a lovely picture. Just cooking that PS5, man. So much fun, so much fun. And speaking about fun, let us introduce real quick our panel, our fun captain, Silent Cypher. How you doing today, sir? And what have you been playing?
Yes, that's me. That's me. I'm the fun captain. I am the captain of fun, as it were. I haven't been playing much, to be honest. I have played some Catan on my Xbox recently, which was a lot of fun. I don't know if you've ever played Catan, but that is it's an abusive board game, and it's a lot of fun.
Abusive board game?
Abusive board game, yeah. Have you
board
never
game,
played?
not the
Yeah.
digital version?
Well, it's the digital version, yes.
Okay,
So we played the board game, and then I got tired of having to clean up and redistribute the pieces, and so I started being lazy and playing the digital version instead.
nice.
What
Yeah.
a coincidence.
What a coincidence! Besides that, I've just been playing Twitter. So yeah, that's
Oh man! And speaking about playing Twitter and being famous, Mr. Jason Biggs, the Big Plume. How you been doing, sir? And what have you been playing besides baseball?
I've been doing good. I have been playing baseball. I've been playing cleaning up outside my house because the snow has now melted and lots of yard work has to get done. So that's been taking up a lot of my time. And I've been playing Unicorn Overlord still. I've been jumping back into old Gears games. Like I've finished Gears Ultimate Edition. I'm playing Gears 4 again because I haven't played that one in a while. I'm just pretty hyped for June and getting some Gears 6 information. I can't wait. Like I love the series, so I'm getting hyped for that just by playing through some old Gears. But yeah, just dabbling in random stuff right now.
Yes, some Gear 6 news. I mean, we need some Gear 6 news. It's been such a long time. So that means that the reference that it was only Halo Gears and what was it, Forza Halo Gears and Forza Halo Gears and Forza is gone, right? And man, where did Sourblow go? Did Sourblow leave again?
I'm right here.
Oh, you're right there. Wait, what? It kind of got foggy in my eyes. Sorry about that.
Glasses on, Louis.
Yeah, I need to wear my glasses. I need to get my eyes checked, man. It's been weird. Speaking about glasses, Sourblow, how you doing today, sir? And what have you been playing?
Oh man, crazy. You gotta stop staring at those yams. I don't know. You're losing
Wait,
You're
eyesight.
going cross-eyed, Louis.
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah. I'll get my Destin glasses on real quick. Hold on. There you go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I've been fine. I've been super busy with the kids. Baseball with my son, my oldest, and then dealing with the smallest. I haven't played much.
Oh no.
What I've been doing more is I've been watching some wrestling. I've been watching some NBA playoff, and
The Celtics lost, right?
yeah,
Celtics lost.
Celtics lost. Celtics won their game one.
They won
Game
game
two
one.
is today,
Oh, they're
and
gonna lose. Okay.
we're gonna coast through this first round.
So wait a minute. The Celtics beat the Knicks already?
The Knicks, no, they're not playing the Knicks. The Knicks playing the Sixers.
The Sixers? I thought the Knicks were playing the Celtics though. Huh. I need to watch NBA too. I mean,
But at least he didn't say Yankees or something like that. So
is this rugby?
yes, rugby. How about you, Crazy Lou? Well, how you been? How you been doing? What you been playing? And what's going on with you over there?
with me over here, man, Sourblow, it was kind of cold the other day. And now it started to get hot. And last night I felt weird. I don't know what happened to me. I felt kind of weird. And since I felt kind of weird, I was like, oh man.
You wanna say hi?
Yeah, hey, yeah, tell
Come
him
here.
come and say
Come
hi.
here.
Come here, say hi. Come
Get
on.
over here.
Get over here, boy.
Say hi.
Boy,
Say hi.
what's up? Hi, dude.
We
What
can't
is
see you. You need your booster seat.
sour? Little
He
sour,
ran
what you
off.
playing? Ran
Oh
off.
man.
Oh, he ran off. Oh man. But other than that, though, Sourblow, I beat Starfield. Finally, I beat Starfield. Right after I beat Dragon's Dogma 2. And man, Starfield is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game. I'm doing my second run into it, just having fun. And I can't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow, we get the update of Fallout 4. Oh my god, I'm gonna run into that game and just play it.
Why
Something.
you
What?
why you
What?
playing 83 Metacritic games?
Am I playing 83? Wait, did Fallout 4 get an 83, 82, or 81? What did it get? That
No.
means damn, because 83
The,
is the
the,
new
the
DC
games you
now.
beat. The game you beat.
Oh, the game might be 83? Oh man, I heard it was bad. Yeah, I heard it was bad because it got an 83 Metacritic, but since Stellar Blade got an 83, now it's a good game, huh? It's good now, really. Yeah. I
we
just
have we have lots of explanations on Silence tweet as to why it's different
exactly.
than Starfield.
Yeah,
We
we have
got
a whole compendium on how this whole thing goes down and how an 83 turns from shit to gold immediately.
exactly. It's gonna
Yeah.
be Gotti too. It's gonna be Gotti. Watch. Stellar Jam is gonna be Gotti. You'll see.
We
You'll be
even, we even got some like playoff explanation
yeah,
there.
exactly. We got baseball, we got
We got
basketball,
the
we got
we got
hockey.
the NBA playoff
I mean, I mean,
aura.
we got Sour. We even got Dominican Vitilla in there, man. We got Vitilla in there, man. We're talking about all that. I don't understand how a sports reference is to a game reference, but okay.
Well, I don't think much people know what that is, but okay.
Yeah, yeah. Is that ice cream? Because
Nah,
That's like a local game.
that's
It's
a
it's
local
kind
game.
of something you play locally.
What you do is you see those big old gallons from that have water in them. They like have a plastic thing on top. You take that plastic thing and and you put it into perfect shape. And somebody with a broomstick, you throw it over there, and they gotta hit it with that broomstick. And if it stays still, that means you hit a run. If it spins and somebody grabs it on the ground, that means it's an out. That's what you gotta do. What's so funny? I don't
Lou,
get it.
you should be like you should work for like a company like Microsoft, and you should
What?
definitely be like
explains
a
product.
trainer. Yeah,
Yeah, he's the
exactly.
product descriptor.
The product
Yes, noisy FOMO. It's rugby again. It is.
rugby again. Oh Lord. What a crazy morning it's been. What a crazy morning it's been. Sour. It's time to announce the flight itinerary. We got loads to talk about, bro.
All right. Well, before I talk about what we're going to talk about today, I actually do want to say that next week, actually, I got to get the confirmation, but most likely next week, we're going to have some developers
Yes, finally.
in the
Yes.
building.
I
So,
got so many questions. Finally.
yeah, Lou, no, you're banned from that episode. Um, but for today we have a few topics. You can see them on the side here. We're gonna talk about Xbox dominating the PlayStation Store. We got some crazy rumors, and we're gonna talk about Embracer breaks apart. So, Captain, without further ado, please take it away.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, Sour's turned on that subscribe button. Please stow your food and beverages next to your desk, underneath your seat, or in front of you. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. Also, make sure you've hit that like and subscribe button as we take off. We gently remind you that smoking and drinking are not prohibited on this flight. However, losing your mind over that newfound Sony 83 banger? Strictly prohibited. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight panelists. Thank you.
All right, let me go real quick and shout out this chat, man. They've been rocking and rolling today, Sourblow. Look at them, look at them, look at them. They've been going crazy. I'm starting to wonder, why is it like every time you switch the screen, it does start like.
I don't know what's going on. Something's
It's
going
really
on.
weird.
But it's only with me though. What's happening here? Am I full of energy and causing some static? Yeah. Well, I saw this movie. I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't give spoilers, man. Why the hell watch that damn movie? But either way, real quick to the chat. What's up, Mr. Dark? How you doing, sir? Adidas 20. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, Black Cardi in the house. What's up, Black Cardi? Oh, Noise Muffle. What's up, Noise Muffle? How you doing? John TJ. What's up, John TJ? How you doing? How you doing? Let me keep going down. This is it's Timmy. What's up, Timmy? Obi Rose Kenobi. What's up, Obi Rose Kenobi? How you doing? How you doing, brother? Ooh, Carlos Angeles in the house. What's up, Carlos Angeles? Joey the Phantom Kraken. What's up, Joey? How you doing? How you doing? I think I already shouted out everybody. I don't know if I'm missing somebody. Please say so, and I will get you later on in the show. Sour, back to you. Let's get this thing on the air. I was gonna say on the road, but we're on the air.
Let's get it on the air. Let's
Get on the air.
All right. Well, let's start. Let's start the show immediately, and let's talk about. Hold on, right here. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Where did this go? Okay. So we have the information that apparently Microsoft it's dominating the PlayStation Store. In the top 25 best-selling games, we have 7 Microsoft games. And the 7 titles that are up there are Call of Duty, Overwatch, actually Overwatch 2, Sea of Thieves, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Minecraft, and Grounded.
Uh-oh.
And then we have in that list, Sony actually have 5, in which I see. Let's see. Okay, it only mentions Helldiver 2 and Stellar Blade.
That's it.
Um,
Only
but
5.
no, there's 3 more. But yeah, basically that's what's going on. I feel that it has to do a lot with the direction that each publisher, let's call them publisher, because apparently they're both publisher. Like you can't have it one way. Like you can't have it like like wait, what's the saying? You can't have it both ways, or
Oh yeah, you're saying you
can't
can't
have it
have
both
both. Yeah.
exactly. So it's either they're both publishers or they're not third party publishers, or none of them are third party publishers. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, this is basically the information we have. Lou, I know you have talked a lot about this, so
Me? Where?
yeah, I seen you going around and other
Oh,
podcasts, and you were commenting on this. What do you have to say about this? Enlighten us.
you want me to enlighten you with my wise things in my head? That sounded real wrong. I don't know. But either way, though, Sour, listen.
I'm
I
listening.
read I read in this beautiful article one day. I mean, it was so beautiful. This thing just pow right there. It said real clear, real beautiful, in big letters. It said, "Xbox lost the console war, but it's winning in the software, and that's where you gotta win, man. That's where you gotta win." And Xbox dominating the store. My God, I mean, that tells you. That tells you. And I love so much the reference. I love the reference on how over there on PS5 they said we don't want those games. We don't want Sea of Thieves. We don't want this. We don't want that. I mean, those were small games. Those were not good games. But man, that store has been lit. People buying these games. Oh my God. People buying these games. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I just love how beautiful that list of Microsoft games is on that PlayStation Store, and that they're on the top. That means that if Sony doesn't get into gear, Xbox is gonna dominate everything. Was gotta dominate, and that is the truth. That is the truth, and they're dominating real well over there. These guys are buying those games. These guys are enjoying them. I mean, look at Sea of Thieves, Sourblow. Sea of Thieves. It's been crashing. It's been crashing because there's a lot of people playing that game, which is insane.
Oh,
It's
I thought you
insane.
meant it was crashing because it had a lot of bugs.
Oh, bugs? Wait, well, that's grounded though. Because grounded's got all the bugs it needs. I don't know. Are there bugs in Sea of Thieves? I don't know. There's this guy called Skeletor. Then you got this big old shark. There's a lot of things in Sea of Thieves. I've never seen a bug in there, but okay. Yeah. Either way, though, Sea of Thieves is kicking butt. Xbox is kicking out, and look! Oh man! And after that show, I don't know if you all saw the show, but man, listen, I wasn't a big fan of Fallout, but after that TV show, man, it said, Lou, you gotta play this game, and I'm heading over there tomorrow with that update, man. I mean, man, when that update comes, that patch, that beautiful patch is coming. I'm gonna be sitting there playing Fallout. I don't know if you guys been playing Fallout lately, but we jumped in, played 76. Me and you saw you were running around, but I downloaded on PC too because man, that's something they gotta fix. So they gotta fix it. They gotta make it crossplay. I'm sorry, they gotta make that game crossplay. They gotta do that. They gotta do that.
I could have sworn it was crossplay.
Yeah, I mean, I downloaded on the Xbox and I was playing around, running around, but it doesn't have crossplay, man. Oh man, but yeah, fun game, fun game. I ran around shooting things, collecting everything, man. Ooh, just can't wait till tomorrow for that patch to come in. Oh, can't wait, can't wait.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with Plume. Plume, what do you think this means for, for PlayStation as a whole? Like having Microsoft, having 7 of the top 25 games. Do you see PlayStation maybe, kind of like snatching? What's the saying? I'm kind of off today, but I was just saying like basically copying like the same move and using it against your opponent. Do you see Sony maybe trying to implement that, or what do you think this means?
I mean, it's not that surprising, to be honest. Like, because of the style of games that they're multiplayer, their games as a service, they're popular. I mean, Sea of Thieves they already at 40 million players before going to PlayStation, so everyone knows about this game. It's not like a small niche game, and I'm sure there are a lot of people there who only had a PlayStation, maybe don't have a PC that can run it, or things like that, are just happy to be able to jump in and play it now. So it's not really surprising, and it just to me shows more and more about this whole first party exclusive stuff. It's always just been a marketing tool for getting people to buy into the console, but it is not the main reason. I don't think it will ever be the main reason why people actually buy a console itself. And you can go through all the lists, you can go through and see the percentage of people that actually pick up first party games, and it's far less than the people who are willing to play these big third party titles. So yeah, I think it's not surprising. I think PlayStation is going to definitely do this strategy, putting their multiplayer games on Xbox. I feel like that is in the cards in the future. They're already starting here with PC. All of their games as a service games and multiplayer games that they put out, I think in the future, the new ones that they're working on, I think all launching day and date on PC. I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually do start coming to Xbox. And I mean, they're already having Marathon coming out from Bungie that's going to be on Xbox, and Destiny 3 is going to be on Xbox. So this is just the future. I mean, they're both third parties now, technically. They're both third party publishers. I know people love to only use that term for Xbox, but PlayStation is as third party as Xbox right now. I mean, they're putting their games on other platforms. So by definition, they're both doing the same thing. And it is a smart strategy, because what we have also been seeing is the console sales dry up. There were some new charts that came out this week and last week that the PS5 is actually behind the PS4 by a couple million in Europe, and the Xbox Series X and S are behind the Xbox One by like 600,000 in Europe as well. So I think both companies have realized they have captured the console market as much as they can, and they have to expand out and find other ways to find new consumers. So yeah, it's definitely, I see PlayStation doing this.
Yeah, I also think we're like the new like handheld market, people being more aware of the PC builds and all that, PC being more accessible. I feel like it's easier now than back then, because a lot of people, they think PC sometimes and they think, oh, everything's so complicated. I don't think it's as complicated as it was like years ago. So as everything is more easier, I feel a lot of people are making the transition into PC or into mobile, etc., or into these PC handheld. And I think consoles are losing a market, and especially like if they start expanding more the whole cloud gaming, a lot of people don't care a lot about as much as we do about, is it 60 FPS, is it 4K, does it have all the bells and whistles, does it have ray tracing. They just want to play the game and have fun. But Silent, what about you?
Well, real quick before I jump into that, I just want to give a shout out to Adidas20, member for 5 months, man. Thank you so much for the support. And then he actually hits a
Oh
back-to-back
wow!
with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, sir. He says, "What's up, y'all? Salute to
Salute.
you, sir. It's good to see you. It's good to be hanging out with you again. It's been a while, so I can be hanging out with you guys again. But yeah, thank you guys as always for the support. Sorry. Okay, so what? Yeah, we're still talking about these sales numbers, right? So
Yes.
here's my thing, right? Is like all these people continue to get upset about these Microsoft games, right? Like they were throwing a fit when they came out. They're like, oh, they're garbage, they're trash. We don't want those games. We don't want to play any of those. And here they are dominating your guys' sales charts. Like Sony doesn't have much going on right now. Microsoft having those games on the system right now are literally like a life support when it comes to other content options. So it's funny to watch people do the mental gymnastics and freak out about it when those games they throw a fit about them, and we know in the past like a lot of these guys throw a fit about the games, they make a big mess about it, but they're playing the games in the background anyways, right? Like they're still playing them. They just don't want to talk about it because if they do, they're gonna have to take off that Sony cap and they're gonna have to be like, "Hey, I'm a multi-plat, not just a Sony pony." So I think that's a hard transition for a lot of those guys. Like you can play the games now; they're on your PlayStation. You don't have to keep bashing them as time goes on. Like we know you play the games. So you don't have to fake it anymore. Like you can just accept that you play a video game. You don't have to be, like an Xbox fanboy or anything just because you play the game. It's fine. Just play the game. Like, but everyone throws a fit about it. Everyone's been getting insane about it. Sea of Thieves ending up hitting, what was it? It was 40 million finally that they landed
40.
on,
Yeah.
which awesome. Like shout out to them, the fact that they've hit that number and the fact that things continue for them so long after release. And I think this is like what we've talked about in the past, is a game like that is very well designed for a multi-plat scenario where you can have that cross-platform play. Because with how old that game is at this point, the only way to get it to thrive more is to bring more people into that ecosystem. We know that on the console side of things, like you only have a certain amount of a pool that you continue to dip in over and over again when you put these games out. So if you bring it to other consoles, if you bring it to PC, stuff like that, it's better for the developer and the support and longevity of that game. So it's good. And I love I love seeing those games pop up on that list. Like it just kind of gives me a little bit of that like mischievous grin, like, haha, suckers. You always told us you don't play them, but here we are, and now we know the truth, and it's in black and white.
Well, the thing with playing these games is if they don't have a 90, apparently you don't play them. And I'm gonna quote you on this famous tweet from today, and let's talk a little bit about this. So you tweeted today. The narrative sure has changed quite a bit regarding games getting at 83
And 83.
and it's funny because like I know like so many people have been like bashing Starfield, but they're dying to play it. Like you mentioned, they're just desperate to play it. They just don't play it because they don't want to play it on PC, or they don't have a PC. Even though a lot of them claim they have a master PC.
They have a
Or
4K monster rig.
yeah. Or they just don't want to get an Xbox, which you can even play it on an Xbox Series S, which is pretty cheap. You can get it pretty cheap. So the big excuse is that, and then you just waiting for it to come to your platform. Yeah, you continue to talk trash about it. But what was going through your mind when you tweeted this? And did you expect to get the response you got?
Oh, okay. So here's the thing, right? Like I just want people to understand it, and this is a little bit of shit talking, I suppose, but I just want people to understand, like people that got super in their feelings about this. This was literally like 1 minute of my day. I woke up, I saw this, I thought it was funny. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna post something about it. I dropped it and I walked away. I didn't really think much about it, but I was like, there will be some people who get bent out of shape, but whatever. It's Twitter. If you take it that seriously, that's your problem. I had no idea that people were going to get so in their feelings about this situation. I came back a couple hours later, I think, and I saw you post. I think you guys were posting in our little chat, and you guys were like, "What's up?"
You got 312 quotes. I think people took it lightly also.
Yes.
Very lightly, yeah.
No. So I jumped back to it like a couple hours into my workday when I took a quick break.
And wait, but did I put it on screen? I don't think I put it on screen.
Oh, is it? Yeah, did it not?
You did. I saw it on screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but yeah, so like I jumped on there and I just saw you guys going back and forth, and you guys were like, "Wow, that gained some traction." And I was like, "What are they talking about?" And then I jump in, I saw it, and I was just curious, like where the comments would end. So I kept clicking like the show more button as I was like scrolling, and there were just comments and comments, and I'm like, what the heck happened? So I jump in, I went to the actual message, and I think at that point it was sitting at like 30,000 views. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, people didn't like that. Okay. And then I think right before the show it was right around 130,000.
Yeah, it's 134 practically.
Yeah. So yeah, apparently people were listening, and it's good to know you're there, I suppose. But yeah, no, I mean, it's just it's funny to see how the optics have changed over time of what you get with an 83. September last year, it was a garbage heap. It was end of the brand. Everything's ruined. 83, it's over. But then Sony just got an 83 on this new game, and it's perfectly fine. And again, we talked about it earlier, but the mental gymnastics that one has to do to justify the behavior starts getting into the ridiculous little, what we were talking about, the sports comparisons and stuff like that. It's like all the sports comparisons of, if you take this team that's been a well-seasoned veteran, they've released, they've done multiple things over time. So if they get that, it's just, regular performance, or it's a disappointment. But then, but this new up and comer though, that gets an 83, like all of a sudden this is amazing. They're on fire.
They're the best.
I loved the comparisons. I really did.
Didn't Ghost of Tsushima get like a 83? And for most people, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, I will say, and a lot of people are going to get bent out of shape about the whole numbers situation in general, of which I thought was part of the laughable thing of this whole tweet, right? Is like, dude, how many times have we talked about how these numbers mean jack, ultimately? And so that was what was so much funnier about the situation last year when they're like, 83, they're doomed. All of a sudden it's like, but they're like, but numbers don't matter. But then it's like 83. No, the numbers matter. The numbers matter. It's like, okay, cool. We're just going to keep going with that narrative. Sure. I don't know. I don't know.
83 isn't even bad.
No, it's not.
No,
83
that's the thing, right?
83 is perfectly acceptable. And I think a lot of people have short memory of how reviews used to go. Like, it was not uncommon for games to get in the 60s or 70s and people still be like, hey, these are cool games. Single A, double A things that came out back in the Xbox 360 and PS3 generation. But it's like all of a sudden people it's like they got blunt head trauma and they forgot how reviews used to be.
Social media destroyed the enjoyment of just video games for a lot of people because all they want to play is like the highest rating that everyone is talking about. But there's so many games you miss out on in the 70s, and I get you have limited time, right? So you can't play everything. So I guess you want to choose the highest rated, but I mean, you don't need to play everything day one either. You can still go back and check out these games that got 70s and stuff.
Exactly.
Well, and it goes back to what we've talked about in the past too, right? Is like the more you focus on those AAA bangers, quote unquote, the dev times on those games, as we've seen over the last handful of years, like when they have those dev times for that big a game, we don't see as many games.
Yeah.
So like I would rather we see more of those single double A cadence on occasionally, just because then we start to see more games for them. And honestly, the more games they get out there, the more they can support their studios. Because if you're stuck for like 6 to 8 years on one single game, you're constantly having to either rely on the financial backing that you have from your previous releases, or you're having to beg for more money from whoever's supporting you as your as your lead. Like if you're under Microsoft or if you have a publisher or something, you're having to constantly talk the numbers to get these things going. But if you have a game that comes out once every 2 to 3 years, because it's a smaller experience, but it does well, like that is more self-sustaining. And I think I would love for us to get back to that. And again, 83, not a bad score. It's just fine.
I mean, if you think about it, 83 is like a B. Something Crazy Lou never got in a B. So.
Yeah, I was a good student, man. I was a straight A student.
Hold on. Yeah, I think the next
like
words will be, I was a professional student. I was there.
He read 150 books in 1 hour.
And especially in performing arts, man. Performing arts, I got all A's all the time, man.
Hold on. Before Louis goes on a tour of blowing smoke, I did want to shout out to TSWS Gaming, Ham Solo, in the house. He's been a member for 6 months. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the support. Welcome. And for Joey, Phantom Kraken, he just hit 6 months too, his first class. So thank you, sir. He says, remember when 7 was a good game? Good old times. Ponies ruined everything. Dude, it's facts. You go back, you look at those old magazines and you look at the old ratings. It's like I was saying earlier, and just like what you said, 6s and 7s were pretty common.
Yep.
And it wasn't the end of the world.
I have my stack of GamePro magazines, and I go through them sometimes. And it's like,
but
so many great games that didn't have to be 10s out of 10. I think they had like a rating out of 5 in GamePro, but still like 3.5 out of 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
I have this like theory that it's just because gaming has gotten so much more, I don't know how to say this, but I guess more mainstream. And more people are playing it, and more people who didn't play games back in the day that really knew about kind of all the different styles of games and smaller games and games that really just focused on fun gameplay more so than having these huge movie-like experiences. It's kind of made its review system really favor the movie-like experiences and the third-person action, highly cinematic Sony style of game. So if it's not that for a lot of people, then they just don't even want to think about it. And social media just makes that problem even worse. If it doesn't, when you see all the graphics comparisons and all this type of stuff, if the game has a pixel missing, it's like it's the end of the world for some people. So it's just a different time and a different world in gaming.
The thing is, Plume, that back in the day, people actually did sit down, play the game, and actually review for what the game was worth. I mean, that's what they did. They played the game. Not now, because lately, like, they just sit there playing for a couple of hours or minutes or something, and they go out there and review it and be like, oh, this game, it's okay.
Wait, Lou.
What's up? What?
You're trying to say that there's YouTubers that, they don't play games and they act like they play games?
Huh?
Is that what you're trying to say?
That did not come out of my mouth, guys. I'm hiding between my desk. That did not come out of my mouth. But you know what I'm saying, though. I mean, it's not the YouTubers. It's talking about the reviewers itself. Like, I'll give you an example. Like IGN, all these guys. I mean, do they actually sit down and play the game? Do they sit down and beat the game? That is some of the questions we ask ourselves. Because, for example, we saw a bunch of times. I mean, with Starfield, right? we saw last year that there was a lot of websites saying there is nothing to do in Starfield. What do you mean there's nothing to do? Even though, listen, you land on the moon and all you gotta do is scan the resources and pick some resources. There's stuff to do because there's a damn plane landing next to you. And you're like, oh, let me go steal. Not a plane, it's a ship. Let me go steal that damn ship. Let me go do this. And sometimes they probably got a basin that you run in there and see what's up, what's in the loot and everything. So what do you mean there's nothing to do in that game? My God, I even sat down and said, did these people actually play it? I remember this one guy who had like 6 days playing from the game. He's like, "Oh, there's nothing to do." It's like, "Well, you put 6 days into it. I don't know how with a game nothing to do. You put 6 days. I mean, that's pretty amazing."
Yeah, Starfield's the funniest game because so many people like gave it bad score or
Yep.
like complain about the game, and you see their playtime, you see 200 hours, 150 hours,
Yeah.
300 hours, and I'm like, how can you spend so much time of your life and then say it's worthless? Like,
It's worthless. That's crazy. That's crazy. So that's why I'm asking: do these people actually sit down and play the game? Seriously, do they play it? Just because
It takes someone who loves abuse to play a game for hundreds of hours when they don't enjoy it. So I'm sure there are people out there, like there are people who play Dark Souls games like that, and I know they exist, but like hundreds of hours and
Yeah.
you didn't enjoy that game? Come on. I'm
the
sorry.
game I played the most, and then I was like, oh, this game is not for me, was probably Elden Ring. And it was because I kind of liked, there was a lot of things I liked from the game, but I was like, the stress is not for me. I just got to let it go. But I kind of liked it. It's just that, I couldn't with the stress.
Sorry, you can
to help you out. Get Lou. Lou's the man on the ring. I got like big old sword, man, big old shoot. I can run in there and kill anything I want, man. I'm big. Tough over there.
Sour, you can probably appreciate this. Wandering Dutch in the chat, shout out to you, sir. He ended up saying, I've got hundreds of hours in Premiere Pro this last couple weeks and I hate it. I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
That's not a fun experience either.
Oh,
Oof.
man. All right, let me get this super chat real quick. Silent Cypher. MJ Dark with a $1.99 super chat. He says, this 83 is actually a 78. Is really Sony tax break. Oh.
Tax break.
Sony, did I read it wrong?
Yes.
Did I read it
That's-
wrong?
No.
No, I think
no.
you got it right. So I think
Okay.
what he's saying is it's realistically a 78, but because they get the Sony tax break, you get plus 5 points to your review.
Hmm.
It's fair. It's fair. Yeah.
Oh my God, man! My God, what a chaos has been today just for a little 83 score. Perfect game for PlayStation, but for an Xbox game, it wasn't perfect. Damn, oh damn, shame, oh shame.
All right, well, Lou, I think we had our little fun.
All
I
right.
think it's time for the crazy rumors. Are you ready?
Ooh, yes, I'm ready. Hand it over to me. I'm gonna take over the show now, guys. Let's get funky, yeah. Let's get crazy, yeah. Let's have some fun, and let's get into the crazy rumors. And let's start with rumor number 1. According to Nick from Xbox Era sources, nigga's gonna catch fire because of this. PlayStation is in very, very early preliminary discussion for Helldivers 2 to come to Xbox. Could that be true, guys? So if this does happen, if Sony sends out its game over to the Xbox, does that mean because we saw what happened when especially Special Nick said, or Nick for this, but he said that 3 or 4 games going to another console? So if this happens to Sony and they deliver that game, will it go doom and gloom? Let's start with the man with the 133K, Silent Cypher. Will Sony doom and gloom after this?
Wait, what? What? So,
He's trying to throw you under the bus.
Yeah, I'm throwing you under the bus, man. You're on fire today.
you're gonna have to tell me what you said just now because you broke up.
Did it actually sound like that? I'm sorry.
It sounded like you were having a bit of an embolism, so I want to make sure I understand what the question is.
All right. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
You're
Okay,
good.
trying to get
A
serious.
little too
You're
much
very
into.
excited. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
very excited. I appreciate the enthusiasm.
Oh, I had to get excited, man, because you remember what happened to Xbox, right? You remember what happened at Xbox when those 4 games went out there? The whole
Yes.
rumor started. They were saying that Xbox is doom and gloom. So the question is, after hearing this rumor from Special Nick, I don't see nobody out there on Twitter saying Sony's doom and gloom. So I'm asking you, if this happens, is Sony going doom and gloom, brother?
No, I think I can safely say that given what we've seen over the last couple of years, we know that it's not going to be doom and gloom for Sony on that. They could pretty much light fire to all their consoles right now, and people would be like, "Yeah, we got this. We're supporting you to the end." So it doesn't even matter anymore. It feels like it's like they've become desensitized to the negative narrative and supporting it and holding water for them whenever something happens. Like it doesn't matter what bad things happen. They're like, nah, it's Sony. We're good. Can't be true. It's not a factor. And in regards to Special Nick on this, because like I think he caught a bunch of flack again. I think for everyone's always like, oh well, blah blah blah. He got things wrong, blah blah blah. Like, dude, he had reports about the stuff when Xbox shifted over, like you said. When they had those 4 games that were going to come over, he's like, hey, just a heads up, it sounds like things are coming. People tore him a new asshole for it. They're like, no, that'll never happen. And then guess what happened? He probably didn't get his props for that or his credit, because a lot of people like to martyr someone on a situation like that, but they don't like to go back later and be like, hey, I was wrong. Sorry. The man has connections. Now, whether this ends up happening or not, like Helldivers, where it's supposedly like early in conversation to possibly come. Yeah, preliminary talks, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could still be a long ways away. It might happen still, but like to lose your mind about it and stuff on it is kind of funny, just because like we've seen this stuff happen. We know that Sony's hurting right now. It's only more beneficial for them if they get those games out to more people. It's more beneficial to the Helldiver devs and stuff. Like, the more people can play your game, the better. They saw that with the PC version, because when Helldivers 2 came out, it went off. It picked up steam real fast because a lot of people were playing between PlayStation and the PC. The more consoles you're on, the better you'll sell. It's math. It's basic math.
I actually think it picked up first in the PC, and then that helped
it did.
the PlayStation.
It did. Yeah. And the word, like the buzz about that game caused it to just freaking fly. Like everyone and their mom was playing that game there for a minute. So
Oh,
It still has high player numbers, at least on Steam. I don't know about PS5, but on Steam it's still high.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see those numbers. I'd be curious.
that'd be interesting. Be interesting. And let me go real quick to Plume. And already Silent Cypher answered my second question, so I'm just gonna add it to this question. Plume. If this happens, is Sony doom and gloom? And would this be a good move for Sony, since lately it's been on a loss?
If it happens, it means they're finally smart. Like, they have to do this. This is something that they're going to do it. I mean, I believe that this has been in the cards for a while, whether it's I guess Helldivers 2 or not, but putting their games in everywhere is I think going to happen. It's inevitable at some point. I mean, they've already put a lot of their games on PC, so you're going to see that continuously expand. But all we have to do is look at their financial reports and their ROI and their operating income and stuff. Like, it just isn't where it needs to be. And the PS5 is selling well, but it's tracking behind the PS4, as I mentioned earlier. So that just tells you that the console market is shrinking or it's stagnating. And when it's costing more to develop games than ever before, there's no way you can continuously do the same thing. And I think people will just kind of forget when they get out all in their feelings about this type of stuff is that the Sony does not care what the fanboys are saying on Twitter. Like they don't
No.
care. They have zero effect on the business. We like to think because we talk about video games, we're on social media and we're causing outrage that we have any effect on what these companies do. Really, we have no effect. They're looking at the bottom line and how they can make the most amount of money. And going forward, PlayStation is going to be making more money by putting their games other places. It's just like Silent Set, it's math at the end of the day. So yeah, this isn't doom and gloom. This is what they have to do, and it's good for everyone because it just creates more competition. If more people are playing these games on other platforms, and then you're going to have Xbox there thinking, how do they continue to get more people to play their games when now they're having to compete with PlayStation on PC and stuff, and potentially PlayStation games on the Xbox, right? Like how do they outdo them? So it's just at the end of the day good for everyone.
That's true. That's true. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, how about you, Sourblow? I want to hear your thoughts on Sony going doom and gloom, and would this be a good move for Sony since lately it's been at a loss?
Okay, well, here's the thing, crazy.
What's up?
When you're a coach of a good player, you know, you don't let the player go to the other team. No, just kidding.
Great, more sports references. Good.
More
God.
analogies. No, this is. I mean,
I'm
is
gonna have
great.
nightmares tonight. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. Thank you.
Silent,
Thank
it's
you,
a sign. It's
everyone.
A sign. It's a sign for you. You gotta watch sports, man. You gotta sit there.
No. I think if anything, today has taught me that I want to stay away from sports as much as possible because all the yoo-hoos that are responding.
Wait,
my goodness.
You don't want all that knowledge?
If you think all
my
wars are
knowledge.
bad,
You could use more analogy, like for example, like I said, if you're a coach, are you gonna give your best player to the other team? No,
Dude, I half want to jump into that comment thread and be like, "Yo, y'all realize that we're talking about video games, not sports, right?"
Oh man, that was good. That was
Oh
good.
man! All right, jokes aside, no, this is great. Like, especially like multiplayer games, like you guys have said it all. Like, the more people play, the better it is. Like, I don't think this should be the only game. If anything, you know, they might be more Microsoft games that will be going to PlayStation, especially the ones that are multiplayer. So I can see that happening. But I don't know what else you want me to say about this. But
that
All right, that's good.
that's a interesting point because at the business meeting they said we're going to look at these 4 games and see how they do. It'll be super interesting to see what they choose because you hear all the rumors like of Starfield, right? Obviously, that was the big thing before they chose those 4 games. But Starfield's a single player game, and from what we can tell right now, like Pentiment did not do very well on the other platforms, didn't sell very well. It's all been the multiplayer stuff. So I wonder if these numbers stop Xbox from deciding to put there's any other single player content.
Even
on it.
Hi-Fi Rush seems to not have done as well.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, the Hi-Fi Rush as well. So
Oh.
it'll be interesting to see how it influences their decision.
Yep. And
Yeah.
man, now moving to rumor number 2, Far Cry 7 will star Cillian Murphy. If y'all don't know who Cillian Murphy is, he's the guy from Open Dimer.
Oh God. Here we
How
go.
is it?
All right.
Wait, isn't it like that, Open Dimer? Okay.
Okay. It's the guy from Batman. Oh my God. It's Scarecrow
Oppenheimer.
from the Batman movies.
And Oppenheimer.
It's the guy from Oppenheimer. It's
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 Oppenheimer.
one of the bad guys from Tron Legacy. It's the guy. It's the guy from Peaky Blinders.
Yes.
The dude is huge.
It is huge. Oh man. Announcement possibly imminent. So my question to you guys is, right? I mean, last year we saw a rumor stir up. I think it was in September, right? Sourblow? I think it was last year around September. I think it was. I think I read about it. It was close to September.
I didn't read about it, but
You didn't read about it? Oh man, you should have read about it. So that way you can help me out with my craziness. But anyways, my question is, what would you like to have from the old Far Cry games in this new Far Cry if it gets announced?
can I add one question to yours too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, what do you guys think? I forgot the name of the actor. What do you guys think the actor should be? A villain or the main protagonist?
Hmm.
Is this free for all?
Yeah, free for all.
Okay.
Absolutely the villain.
Yeah, the
Okay,
villain.
100% the villain.
I
Yeah.
agree too. Yeah, I thought the
He
same.
every single thing that he's been in, I think even as early as when I saw Red Eye, the movie where it's like kind of a suspense horror on the airplane with him. He's just always been really, really good at being the bad guy. He does a really good job with that. I think he's been typecast because of how good he is with being the bad guy. But I think he would do really good with that.
Yeah, I asked because it says the main. I think it says the main character. It doesn't specify if he's gonna be a villain or not.
Villain. I mean, for me, I would go for villain too. I would put him as the villain, but please make it a good villain. Make it a good villain. Last Far Cry was. I just don't want to get into that. But yeah, make it a good villain. Make it a good villain. How about you, Plume?
Yeah, villain as well. But I feel like I may burst everyone's bubble unless I
What?
read something wrong. I thought I had maybe I read it wrong, but I thought I had read that.
Ooh, insider news.
Hashtag Insider News.
And Saturn News. All right.
I thought Tom Henderson had said that this rumor wasn't true, just like after it came
Ooh.
out. But I have to double check that. Maybe I misread it, so maybe I'm
I,
not bursting with bubble. But I thought I had read that.
I gotta set something up every time Plume has something like that. Insider news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Yeah, coming this week is breaking news from the Big Blue.
Like I thought he tweeted something out saying that rumor wasn't true, but if you want to know more about Far Cry 7, read this article that he posted a while ago.
I see what he did there. That's
Okay.
Yeah, but
Smart.
I'll look it up. Just
that's why Tom Henderson makes the big bucks.
yeah.
That's to be clear. All right. So my question is to you guys: what would you like to have from the old Far Cry games in this new Far Cry?
Yeah,
If you
actually,
could.
I'll go first because
I'll
mine's
go
is
first.
mine's is pretty quick.
All right.
I actually haven't played none of the Far Cry, so I can't really say much. Sorry.
Wait, what? You never been a real? What'd you say?
The phone.
What did you
I,
say?
ne- I never played none of the Far Cries.
Really? They're on
And
Game
you have
Pass.
me playing Quantum Break,
I
and now
know.
you ain't no fan of Far Cry, man. What the
Friendship
hell?
over. Friendship over.
They're a ton of
Dude.
fun. You should try it.
Yeah. The thing I will tell you though is, and you know this because it's a Ubisoft game, but like the last 4 of them, they're massive games because it's
That's-
the Ubisoft formula, right?
That's why I ran away from them.
But
No,
you can
so-
play them in like 20 hours.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
you can play them in 20 hours and you can do those missions honestly. Like you can do a mission in 15 to 30 minutes depending on what it is. Like
I won't make promises because I got a lot of things I want to get back to. I want to play, so.
Sure.
But I'll try. Eventually, I'll try.
Eventually, you'll try.
I like
Hopefully.
Fastback's comment. So Killian Murphy or Cillian Murphy, however you say it, because he's of that descent. He's like, so is Far Cry 7 in Ireland? Dude, Far Cry 7 in Ireland would be freaking awesome. I'd be okay with that. Let's do that.
Siren Far Cry, you got to do is get a little helicopter and just travel wherever you go. You do it much more
Yes.
fast. Trust me.
Yes,
You do
or
it.
the hang glider.
It's not like Dragon's Dogma where you have me running around,
Or
chopping
you got to
things
buy
up.
DLC to travel the map.
You travel the map. Oh my god, that game. Oh man, lots of running around. It was fun though, but it was lots of running around. How about you, Simon? What would you like from the old Far Cry games to come to this new Far Cry if it gets announced?
I think if anything, and maybe I just showed my hand a little bit by my explosion of comment just now, but like honestly, I'd like to see it go back to how like the first one was, or maybe number 3, where it hadn't gone like super massive open world at that point in time yet, and kind of focus in some of the actual like story beats and stuff. Like I'm perfectly fine with us having maybe more impactful or less, but more impact instances throughout the game, like little story beats and stuff that actually mean something, make a difference, instead of, hey, go rescue Herc's pig or whatever the hell the mission is. Like, there's so many fetch quests in the ones that they have nowadays because they're just so bloated, just in the nature of what a Ubisoft game is. So it would be really cool to see them kind of get back to something that's a little more skeletal, maybe in like the linear nature of the story, and not just be so ridiculously massive.
Let me translate that real quick. So what he means is, when
Cut the filler.
when they make the shots, like not shots in the first quarter, second quarter. He wants the clutch shots. That's the important ones.
I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much. You are the worst. You are the worst friend when it comes to this stuff. It's so much sport.
So much what?
I went Mike Tyson there for a second to start. So much sport.
The amount of times I do that when I'm filming my videos is insane. If I should just save it and make like a reel of it, put out a video of me doing that sometimes.
Hey, shout out to Luke Lore, Xbox Expansion Pass, hanging out with us in here as well. I did want to mention, I don't think I shared it in our little private chat, but Luke and the guys have actually been doing a video podcast recently as well. So make sure you buzz over there and give them a subscribe as well if you could.
All right. Silent, I'm going to leave you this beautiful 8-month membership for you to read because it's picking on me and I don't want to read it. So I'll leave it to you.
Hold on.
It's up there. I'll leave it to you. I don't want to read it.
Okay. So MJ Dark, member for 8 months, first class. Thank you, sir. He says, Louis was a student after being left back in second grade, a record 150. Oh, okay. I think I get what he's saying. He was a second grade student left back for a record of 150 times. Also, Switch 2 will be next gen. No. Okay. No. Okay. No.
Got him.
No, it won't. And I will go directly from Nintendo's own words, because back in the day they said, we don't care about generations. We're not next gen, we're new gen. That came directly from them. They don't care about generations. Not like Jim Ryan's generation.
Not like Jim Ryan.
No. They're not concerned with it. And this actually goes back to the conversation we were having in the chat, actually.
What if they hire Jim Ryan?
Huh?
Imagine?
No. Oh god. Oh god.
He could be the mascot next to Mario.
Now I'm gonna have even more nightmares.
It's me. I believe in generation.
It's me. I've decided to bring God of War to your system. No,
man, that's pretty good.
It goes back to what conversation Fastback and I were having in the chat too. Is like, and we've talked about this before, but Nintendo fans will feverishly support Nintendo moving forward for quite a long time. Like, I think Microsoft and Sony will both be they'll be the first ones for us to see like that real multi-platform release, like across both. They'll both go that cadence. Nintendo, I think, is going to hold on as long as possible. And why? Because their fan base is, one, massive, but two, extremely loyal. So like, even if they keep with the same thing, even if they don't give you new hardware or they don't give you new hardware that competes, the fans don't care. Like, they will support this thing into a long stretch. I think Nintendo has the best chance of not having to do a multi-platform stance for quite a while, just because of the support from their fans.
Yes, sir. All right. The Plume, did I get you for what you would like to bring back from Far Cry or no?
What would I like to bring back? I don't know if
Yeah.
No, I don't think you asked me, but I think for the next one, I just kind of want to see an upgrade in the overall like look. I want them to jump to like a new engine. I think it's been the same over the last few releases. I don't really have it. Sorry?
I was gonna say, because we saw how beautiful Avatar is, right? And it feels like if
Yeah.
you're playing a Far Cry game, I mean, for what I've seen, it feels like you're playing a Far Cry game.
Yeah, they
So
use Snowdrop for that.
they should. I mean, I agree. I mean, it looked beautiful, looked amazing. But I agree with you with them putting them in a new engine, see how it goes from there. But like for me, Plume, I would like them for them to add, the old features, like for example, how the guns, used to like get broken, stuff like that. Like make it. It felt kind of like a real thing. It felt really good playing the game, and I wish I could just bring those back and also make a good villain, because the old Far Cry games was like not the old ones, like the newer ones, like the villain was just like, especially the last one. My God, I was really mad with after like, yes, I'm gonna find a boss. I'm gonna, man, that ending. Oh my
Yeah, it
God,
wasn't the
it
best.
wasn't good. It wasn't good. Like everything was good until that ending. It was just like that damn movie I saw yesterday. Why in the hell watch that movie? My God, I don't want to say this. Ah, don't watch it, guys. Don't watch it. It's such a bad movie. I was like, yes, it's good, but in the end, I was like, what the hell just happened? Don't watch it. Don't watch it. It's called the conversation with the devil. I think it's called the late night conversation with the devil. Oh my God, what an awful movie. What an awful movie. And man, speaking about awful, we got some sad rumor news over here, which I gotta bring up, but we gotta talk about it, right? This is the last rumor. Ubisoft Watch Dogs series is now dead and buried. Publisher has now canceled multiple projects based on the franchise. Oh man, that's horrible. So I got information from a source, and it's a some dude source. Not gonna say the name. No, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you later on who he is. And this information, I was like, no way. This can't be real. And I went searching on it and looked for it, and pretty much, I think what he's saying is actually going to happen. That after the crew finally gets shut down, it will be inaccessible. I mean, you can't even play it offline or nothing. I mean, this is something he told me. I don't know if that's true, but if that
Like the
happens, man, what? What you
like
gonna
the
say?
second the crew 2?
The crew,
Not the
the first crew, the first crew,
or sorry, the yeah.
the first crew.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, because those ones are actually like full online. Yeah,
full online. So that means you can't
like
play it anymore.
you're connected, and I think they've got like players actively in there with you regularly throughout. But it's like it's designed to be an online game.
It's assigned to be an online game. So if that gets shut down, the question is that I was going to ask you guys: should we trust now Ubisoft with the digital content? Because if they start pulling games like that, they won't be unplayable. Should we trust them and buy more games from them? Because really, it's a shame that you go out there, you pay your $60 for this game, and all of a sudden it gets pulled out, you just can't play it anymore. That's crazy. What do you guys think?
No. No, we should not trust them. We
No,
shouldn't trust any of these publishers because with the to me, like I know I think I'm in the minority on this when it comes to the whole digital era thing, and I get the convenience of it, but it is kind of a grim future going forward in 10, 15, 20 years from now. And we have all these digital games, and at any point, these publishers look at the player numbers of them and they think, okay, well, there's no point in supporting this anymore, and they just take it offline. Then you really can't access some of these games anymore. So, no, I think like you don't really own the digital game at the end of the day. You kind of are just renting it until they decide that you don't have access to it anymore. I mean, we've seen other examples of this. We've seen stores, the 360 stores shutting down. We've seen Nintendo with their eShop stuff shutting down. And yeah, they don't care because to them, the loss or the anger towards that is far is worth it to save the money on not hosting these games and hosting these servers. So yeah, no, we shouldn't trust them. That's why there's like been a bigger conversation here for game preservation going forward and stuff. But I just think that this is kind of the way it is, and I don't think it will change anytime soon.
but the thing is, Plume, I'll give you an example. This is an example. This is a theory, right? So the theory is Fortnite let's say Fortnite along the way gets shut down because people aren't playing as much anymore. This is just an example. I mean, what happened to all that content, all that money that you poured into that thing? I mean, are you going to get it back, or it's just going to go away,
Gone.
or
It's gone.
it's gone?
Goes bye bye.
It goes
Yeah.
bye
Goes
bye.
back.
That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. I mean, they got to find a way, because, or they either give the person the money back, or I don't know, because after this person told me this, and let me shout him out, which is Stubbs Gaming. We talk a lot on WhatsApp, and we have a lot of conversations about gaming. he was telling me, man, the crew is going to be pulled out and will be inaccessible. And
Yeah.
damn, that's crazy.
Thing is, I think when you buy these games in the fine print, it's all outlined there, so they have no obligation to give your money back or refund you or anything. It's all when you buy these games in the fine print you don't read through.
At least on the good side of Microsoft, they're really working hard to maintain that backward compatibility, so that way you don't lose the access to those games. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy that you spend your $60 and it gets pulled out. That's insane. How about you, Sam? Anything up for that?
I mean that's the thing, right? Is like, no, I don't think we should trust them. We definitely shouldn't trust them. But at the same time, the nature of the game that you're talking about is one that's designed for that type of format. It's not a campaign single player focused type of thing. So, you see these type of things happen with online games. Like it happens. Some of those games, or sometimes you'll even see games that just like the servers will go down for the multiplayer aspect, but you can still play the single player. If you click multiplayer, it'll say that it's not available. So I think, the nature of what game is being talked about and that they would pull that out and you wouldn't be able to play it, then yeah, that it sucks. Like, it definitely sucks, but it's not super unexpected, I think, because like, especially if your player base goes down to a really low level, why are you going to keep those servers open for people to play that multiplayer? It's going to cost you more at a point to pay for the servers than it is for you to actually have it up and running. But yeah, no, and it goes back to what you were saying, right? Like, it's in the fine print. It's in the fine print, all this stuff. It's in the end user license agreement that you click accept, or that you accept by default when you put that disc in and you start the game up or you create an account for that game. No one reads it. It's there. It's a boring read. No one would want to read it, but that's how they get you, because it's there. And they say, like, EA was very vocal about it years ago, where they're like, hey, if we decide at any point that we want to remove the features or drop the online or whatever, we can do it whenever we want to.
Oh,
I think it
damn.
was with NBA Street 3. This is the first time I think I saw it, where they came out and they were very vocal about, like, if this thing drops off, if we don't have support for it online, we can drop in and just remove the multiplayer at our own will. So, like, people have been doing it for a long time, just making it so you don't have that access. It's just that people don't really pay attention to it.
Damn. How about you, Sour?
I mean, yeah, it's I couldn't add probably more. Like, it sucks. Unfortunately, that's the way it kind of works. I applaud some of the. I seen. I forgot what was the studio lately. That what they did was they kind of let people play it on like a private server, so that way you kind of like are still able to play the game.
Yeah.
So studios that at least try to do that, I applaud them, because I know it's hard to maintain a server and all that, and keep the game going when basically you're not getting nothing out of it. But at least try to find a way where people could get some of their investment, and continue to to play the game that they already pay for it. So
Nah, that's for me. That's another reason not to spend $70 now, because man, I mean, I'll be hurtful if I spend like $70 on that thing. I'll just wait for price drop and get it, play it, enjoy it, and if not, I'll say, oh, it's only $15, or only $30. But either way, though, just losing your money, no matter what, it's painful. It's painful. So, guys, that's it for Crazy Rumors. Loads of fun. Back to you, Sourblow. Let's get into it.
all right, well, final topic of the night. We have Embracer Group is actually not so much of a big of a group anymore. Now it's many groups. So it's splitting into three companies. Wow, this is gonna be hard. Asmodee,
Asmodee. Yeah.
Asmodee Group, which is a global leading tabletop game publisher and distributor with an extensive studio network and IP catalog. So, in sports words, no, in other words, they're gonna be in charge of the card games and basically the board games. Then we have Coffee Stains and Friend, which I'm just gonna say what it is. It's I would say indie games, AA games, free to play games, mobile games, etc., or recurring revenue games. And then we got Middle Earth Enterprise and Friends, which this would be your powerhouse, your AAA games. And they're going to be publishing in PC and console. And let's see. And it mentions some of the IPs. It mentions Lord of the Ring and Tomb Raider, which... Didn't they sell Tomb Raider? I thought they sold the IP.
No, I don't believe so. I think they shuttered a good bit of the studio, but they do have a group of people that are still working with Microsoft on Perfect Dark. So, fortunately...
No, I mean the IP, Tomb Raider IP.
Yeah, I think they kept that too.
I thought they sold it to Amazon.
I thought they had flipped it for like 300.
Wait, did they get rid... Oh...
They flipped it or something. Yes, I thought so as well. It was way back. It was like everyone was making fun that they spent all that money and then made money off of the IP by selling it.
Yeah, no, okay, I think you are correct. I vaguely remember that now. Oh,
yeah. So I think they are making the game. However, they don't own the IP anymore, I believe. If the chat know, please correct us.
They're licensing it out, basically.
Oh, yes. Sorry, it was.
Oh, here we go. Breaking news.
Which one was it that sold? Because one of them did.
Square sold it to Embracer, and then Embracer sold it to Amazon. Or the report says they sold the rights to Amazon for $600 million. So they made $300 million off of that, off of buying Crystal Dynamics from Square, because they bought Crystal for $300 million, and then they kept Crystal, but then sold Tomb Raider IP for $600 million to Amazon.
Interesting.
All right. So, So anyway, Embracer, they broke up into 3 groups, and I get 2 things out of this. One is they either are personally, restructuring because they want to make things work. They think they could get it to work having 3 different branches. That way, each branch kind of manage itself better, and it's kind of a better way to distribute. And that way, you can kind of like down the line, if there's any of the 3 branch that is not like feasible anymore, then you could probably get rid of them. So that could be it. Or they immediately just did this because maybe somebody's knocking at their door and they're like, hey, if you can do this, then maybe we can take so-and-so branch out of your hand. So maybe someone is knocking on the door. They're interested in some IPs, whether it's the Coffee Stains and Friends or the Middle Earth Enterprise and Friends. But that's how I see it, because let's face it, let's say, for example, Sony was interested or Microsoft was interested, Take-Two was interested. They probably would not be interested in the tabletop and card game division. So this is a better structured way in case you do want to get rid of a group of studios. And if you don't want to get rid of them, if you want to make it work, I feel like this is a much better way to structure your teams, basically. So, Plume, what do you think about this? Do you agree, or do you have any other insider news?
I'm still looking at this Tomb Raider thing, and it just said supposedly, so I don't even know if it actually happened or not. But anyways, I guess that's kind of irrelevant. It's very confusing what happened with Tomb Raider, but I think overall, this is a good thing for that Embracer is doing this, breaking this off, and just having not to be so convoluted, because they went through the whole restructuring thing, and hopefully that's over. They can actually start releasing some good games and focus on some output and focus on creating games rather than canceling everything. But yeah, it doesn't. It's to me, it's not like a big thing or a small thing. It's just, what is it going to hold for the future, and is it going to lead to? It's just like their last attempt to try to really get over the fact that they had $2 billion deal on the table that fell through. So then they had to make huge cuts, and now they're trying to just get more money by cutting these up into 3 different entities, then having separate stocks for them and everything. So I don't know. I don't really know if it's good or bad, but at the end of the day, it looks like they're moving forward now with actually creating games rather than just restructuring everything, which is a good thing.
Yeah, it's like when the coach calls a play.
Oh, well, here we go with sports again.
Silent.
Get 2 of these. You get 2 of these.
Give me your sport analogy about this. Like, what is going on here?
Well, Bobby, you see, it seems like at this point, it's no longer an embrace. It's more like a handshake and a farewell than an embrace at this point. No, honestly, like, it makes a lot of sense when you say, where they're breaking up the way they are and they're diversifying like their sections of the portfolio. It makes a lot of sense that is, I mean, you see it in other industries and in other game devs too, right? Where they'll either thin out some of the excess, like they'll skim some of the fat out of things so they can make themselves lean and prime for a purchase. So I could see something like an acquisition or a purchase happen, just because that is what they're doing right now. The restructuring is very common when they're lining up a purchase. So that could be a thing for sure. I don't think, because I was trying, when I first saw this, I was thinking, oh, okay, it's more restructuring because of the bet that they had when they thought that they were going to get the $2 billion from that investment, and it fell through. I was like, oh, well, maybe it's involved with that, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense in regards to this, because they're not getting rid of anyone. They're just restructuring those people and those studios. So this for me, and I know jack about business, but this looks to me like it's a restructuring for potential acquisition. I could see that for sure. And we do know that Microsoft's already working with some of the studios at Embracer. So something like this would make sense for them. But honestly, like, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's a different company that steps in, I just hope that someone with deep pockets comes in. I was mentioning this to Fastback, is like, I want someone who has good financial stability to pick up some of these studios so we can see them continue to live on and actually make games. Because like the initial promise we had with Embracer was that we were going to have all these games come back, these Time Splitters and all these other games, Saints Row. And what happened? They shit the bed and they closed most of the studios down because they counted that they had that money before they had it. So I would really like to see them, honestly, like, shutter those studios off to people who can afford to fund them. And, like, let's see those studios start getting more games out again. Like, it's been a pretty rough situation over the last, few months for Embracer at this point. It's been rough to watch, so.
Yeah, been pretty rough. Blue, like, if let's say if there was a draft, like, kind of like how they do in sports, and Sony and Microsoft had to draft studios, like, what would be the first studio you think Microsoft should go after, and what do you think the first studio that Sony should go after?
You're a monster.
Yeah, he is a monster. I mean,
Continue.
What kind of question is that, man? I mean, let me tell you something. Let me just add a
Or
couple things.
you can mention IPs then if you don't know the studio name.
That's much better for me because you just put that thing on my head, man. That's crazy. But
IPs.
Pause.
no, here we go with the pause thing again. But listen, this idea about Embracer splitting up is actually a really good idea because they're huge. They got a lot of studios. They got a lot of stuff going around there. So splitting it up, getting leadership in there to make sure that these games come out with a better quality than they have been releasing. Because the main issue with Embracer is like example, and I have to use this, and I have to say, what was that game that Silent Cypher liked a lot? That looked really really ugly. Um, uh,
Are you
oh
talking
man.
about Saints Row?
Saints Row, yes.
That
If
game
I,
didn't look ugly if you were playing it on a good system.
on a good system,
Were you
it
playing
kind
it
of
on your
looks
Series
funky.
S?
No, I don't have a Series S. I have a
Because it
C. I
looked
have a C.
really bad on the Series S.
But
It didn't look great on the X either. To be fair, they
uh,
had their optimization settings, and it was not optimized.
it was not optimized. But yeah,
No,
like I said, it's good that you have a leader in there, to sit down, look at what they have, see what they got, and say, okay, we got to fix this up, patch this things up. Let's send this game, in a better way than what we were selling it for. Because the thing is, nowadays when these games come out, you sit there and you look at them, you're like, is this a good looking game, or does it have some issues? And when you see that it's having performance issues, you see that it's having graphical issues and save problems and all that stuff, then you're not gonna pick it up and buy it. You're gonna say, nope, this is not the game for me. So I'm happy they actually did the split because now they can actually grab, especially those teams since they're separate, they can focus a lot more of what they are doing with those studios. I mean, they got to focus on that before they release those games. Because listen, Embracer has got some good IPs in there. I mean, you mentioned Saints Row. Saints Row is not bad. It's a good game. You also have what's another one? Is Dead Island part of Embracer too? Dead Island's part of Embracer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, look at Dead Island for example. Look how long it took it to release. I mean, Dead Island is one of the biggest, most perfect games I've seen in such a long time from Embracer. They made such an awesome job with it. So imagine yourself that Saints Row came out just like Dead Island, it would have been beautiful. So,
dude,
but
Dead Island shook things up really
yeah,
big. Like that was, I think, probably the best performing game that they've released for
in
at least the last year.
at least a long time.
If not, maybe altogether. Like Embracer really didn't release much
Yep.
while they were still king. So
That's what I'm saying though. I mean, look at that game. That game is beautiful. And if Microsoft had to go out there and buy some studios, I mean, seriously, I would tell them go get Dead Island. Go get that Dead Island studio because they did a marvelous job, and get them to work together with the studio of State of Decay. Oh my god! I mean, that would be just a perfect world if that actually happened. That would
So
be what's up.
sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, we're
No,
gonna
finish.
no go for it.
I was gonna ask you. So the game you pick is Golem.
Golem. Who in the blue hell wants Golem? I mean, I would pick those guys up. I would also pick the guys who worked on Shadow Mortar. Oh my god! That,
Now,
yes,
remember,
uh,
you had to choose one IP.
I thought you said only. Oh, I thought you said choose several.
One
But yeah,
IP for
one IP.
Xbox. One for one for Sony.
I will go for the team of Shadow Mortar, hands down. I'll go for the team of Shadow Mortar. But not to get Golem though. The hell with Golem, but just get that Shadow Mortar up in the run, man, because that game is a lot.
I love how I asked him first to pick a developer. He said no. And then I told him IP. And he said, oh, yeah, that's much easier. And now he picks up developer.
That's a team of Shadow. Wait, are they called Shadow Mortar? No, I'm talking about the game.
IP. What's an IP, Lou?
And IP is the game.
Okay, then you said the developer, though.
Oh, I said Shadow Mortar.
Okay. Now we're
Mortar.
talking.
The game is called Shadow Mortar.
No, but you said, didn't he say
Right
the
now,
developers of
we
Shadow
got a static in there. Issue.
No.
dude, what's that static?
What's the
Someone's
static?
yeah. I was wondering if that's
so
just the
static.
headphones or is that?
I don't know.
Oh, my God. That was probably me.
Oh,
I
that's
just bumped on
sour.
it.
Sorry, chat.
Sorry,
Anyone
chat,
listening to the
Sour
show,
got-
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sour got a little
Sour's
bit
trying to.
excited. He got staticky.
Yeah, Sour's trying to destroy your ears at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But okay, so that's your Xbox IP.
Yep,
Okay.
that's my Xbox IP.
Okay, pick one for Sony now.
Pick one for Sony. I'll tell him to go pick up Golem, man. That's what I'll tell him. Go pick up the guys from Golem. Yeah, that's what I'll tell him. Oh, those guys. Nah,
You want to throw him something good?
Yeah, dude,
nah.
don't
I know. I'm just
even though we
messing.
don't
I'm just
like
messing.
their behavior, don't wish that on
I
anyone.
know.
That's-
I know. I know. I won't wish you one. Not even unto myself, man. That game is horrible. Oh my god. Oh, you got caught. You're dead. That's what the hell. Who in the hell wanted to play a game about Golem?
Wait, did
sounds
you
like
play
you
it?
sounds like you need to get better.
No, dude. No, Silent. That game is just horrible. Like when I first, I was like, who in the hell's gonna play this? Seriously, who's gonna pick up this damn game? I wouldn't pick it up.
Stream it, honestly. I think you should
No,
stream it.
no. Horrible, 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 horrible. No, if I was Sony, what should I pick from the Gracie group? I gotta search for that. Sour, you can continue while I search for that real quick, so I can pick a good one for Sony. Okay, go for it, Sour. Did Sour go? All right, real quick, man. Let me see. Who do they have down here? Let me see real quick. Oh, I'll tell them to go pick Deuce. I'll tell them to go pick Deuce X. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh, why not? Why
Anything
not?
multiplayer they
Sour,
should.
fix that thing.
Hour.
No, fix it. Sour. I'm gonna kill
Sour.
you.
What are we doing here? Oh my god.
Okay. Sour. Take
Oh,
oh my god. Oh. Sour, you need to get a new thing right there. man.
Why?
My God, why? Oh, you know what? This happens in sports, Silence. So this is why, since we've been picking on you on sports all night, this is what happens in sports too.
Yeah, it's karma.
It's karma.
Catching
Take
up
that.
with him.
Take that,
Okay,
Sour.
can
Take
you
that.
hear me now?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Oh
Yes.
god, that's so much better.
That's all right, brother. It's okay. It's okay.
Noisy FOMO in the chat. Hashtag
Yeah, but-
sours blowing.
But I'll tell them to go pick Deuce X. Why not? I mean, it's a good game for them, to sit down and get that story.
Okay, it's your pick, Lou. Don't let him bully you.
I'm not gonna let him bully me. I did it on purpose because he loves it.
Pick what I want, Louis.
Okay.
All right, let's go with you, Silent. What will be your picks?
Oh man. Okay, so for Xbox it would be Deus Ex, and for Sony, Kingdoms of Amalur.
Okay.
Kingdoms of Amalur.
All right, and Plume.
He's like, I don't know. That's a hard one.
I gotta look
thinking
up all
of
that.
that.
I gotta look up their titles. Let me
Gotta
let me
dig
look
deep,
here.
right?
Yeah, that's the thing. They have so many titles.
They have
They
have
yeah.
like,
That's
well,
I mean, it's
I
sitting
don't
here
know.
like what? Like, it's hard to say.
Okay,
what
while
games
Plume is
I-
thinking about it, real quick, I
Yeah.
will say, for Sony, give them Saint Rose.
You're a tool bag. You are not just a tool. You are the entire bag.
Give them Saint Row or give them Alone in the Dark. And then for Xbox, I will pick Metro, the Metro series.
That's just cool. It's a good
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Darksiders for Xbox,
Yes. Love that.
and for PlayStation, I don't know. It's just like anything multiplayer, but I'm gonna go Red Faction. Even though I would love to play Red Faction on Xbox, I like Red
Ooh.
Faction series, so I'll go Red
Yeah.
Faction.
All right.
They have so many IPs, man. If you look up the list, it's actually crazy.
Jesus,
how
that's
many
what I'm.
Yeah,
Because
They
it's the thing,
used
though.
to have
Oh,
they used
wait.
to have developers before they shit the bed.
Wait.
They have so much stuff. Even Godfall was from them too. Oh my god.
Soul Reaver: Legacy of Kain. Oh my god, that game
Oh,
needs
yeah,
to come
that's-
back.
Yeah.
Since you brought that up, I mean, listen, that's something that even Silent Cypher and me will agree if I say this. Since they got a lot of money, I don't know if they got a lot of money to spend. I mean, it would be perfect if they just make a more linear type of game. For example, Legacy of Kain, since it was linear back in the day, that would be a fun game for them to bring back right now and do it. And not make it this 40, 50-hour game, We don't need a 40, 50-hour game. We need a linear game just to run in there and do what we got to do. And Legacy of Kain would be a perfect one to bring back.
Yeah.
Wasn't Activision involved with like publishing Legacy of Kain? I believe they were.
I think I think they were. I think they were actually.
I wonder how those rights work out.
Just thinking about the whole screen thing coming on. I believe I saw that the Activision
They got so many games. It's crazy.
stuff.
You got all the Time Splitters is another one they can do. They
Yeah.
can bring back. Oh man,
They were gonna bring that back until
Yeah. They
Yeah.
were working on it. Did you guys see the footage?
Yeah, when I saw the
did,
footage, I was like,
yeah.
okay, I'm not that sad anymore.
oh my god.
It's basically Fortnite, which is like I don't know why they were going in that direction.
Example:
Well,
Thief.
they
Thief
thought
is another one.
they thought they could get that piece of the pie, but the thing is like Fortnite did it in a way that no one else can.
Yeah.
Like it's just not going to happen.
No one's gonna play a shittier Fortnite when Fortnite's
No.
already there.
No, no.
Thief is another example too. Thief is another game that it has to come back. Thief is a great
the
game.
old Thief, because
The old
Thief
Thief,
3
yeah.
was kind of a dud, but
Yeah.
I think the worst part about all this, right, is just the fact that most of these games we will never see another game from because of all this. Like they just had these dev studios working on games and they literally just like dissolved them as they're like, well, we can't pay you anymore, so later. Like it sucks. It's a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure someone will get some of the APs. You know, the IPs
but
will.
no one's
go-
aching to do a proper Time Splitters again.
Yeah,
Like,
not that one. Not that one. I could
something
see. I could see Legacy of Kain. Someone
Yes.
actually, being
Because
interested in that.
here's the thing. I don't know if Chad will agree with me, and I know Silent will agree with me. We're tired of 50, 60 hour long games. I mean, we want to play a good game with a good story and a good run. I mean, we want to do that once in a while. Sit there and say, okay, let me play this game, get 10 hours into it, 11, 12 hours. That's a good enough time. And just go right through it instead of, all these open massive worlds where you got to, I got to go over there, and see this guy and talk to this guy. Oh, he's going to give me a fish. And after I pick up the fish, I got to go deliver this fish over this place. And it's like a 4 hour long drive. Oh my God, no.
dude, I'm telling you, like, and I'm not knocking their games altogether. Like, there is content there that's entertaining. It's like the cockfights that they had in what I think number 5.
Pause.
That was freaking awesome. Doing those fights with the animals. Like, I'm surprised they put it in a game. I'm surprised that PETA didn't lose their minds. But that was pretty funny, and it was entertaining. Like, stuff like that was cool. But most of it's like, oh, go fetch like you said, go fetch a fish for like Steve. Okay, great. Here's your fish. And he's like, thanks, bro. And then he gives you a couple rounds of ammo, and you're like, and I wasted 30 minutes on that? Like, why? It sucked.
Well,
what's up, Sarah?
I was gonna say, well, we XVI don't want, our passengers to waste their time. So I think it's time for tower control, and then land a plane. We haven't done this in a while.
No, we haven't, huh?
So, you guys ready for tower control?
I think I am. Close to it. Where's the...
All right, here we go, and spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it. Let's see, what will we land on? Oh, insider news.
Oh,
All right, Plume, what do you have for us?
Do I have any insider news today? I am.
Talk to us about that.
Oh, I have insider news.
Oh, nice.
Blizzard is making a new game, an unannounced project. They're hiring for it. So very weird because they just canceled Odyssey, but now all of a sudden they're making a new game. So I don't know what it is, but they're hiring and staffing up for it.
So it sounds like that Odyssey game was no good if they're bound to do a new.
Which is surprising because there seemed to be like a lot of sadness on social media about it from people who apparently saw it or knew about it. But
I don't know.
I just want, give me an Arthas Menethil Lich King Warcraft RPG. Let's go.
Dude, I don't understand half the words that
exactly.
just came out of your mouth.
Is he speaking Klingon or something? I don't know. It's kind of weird.
They just got to bring WoW to
Arthas Menethil the Third.
it would go nuts if it came to consoles. I think a lot of people have brought that up in the past. I think Jez was even talking about that in early days when it was kind of rumored that it could happen. And he was like, you could hear his his pulse increase. Like he was like super giddy and excited about that possibility.
But I think if it comes to console, however, they just need to add it on both PC and console on Game Pass.
Yes.
Because I don't think most people will be interested in paying that subscription for that game nowadays.
Yeah, they almost have to eat it.
I guess it depends also how good the new expansion is. Right? Does that come out in June or July or whatever?
From I honestly I do have faith on it. Chris Menson is back on the project, and for those of you that don't know, but he's basically there from the beginning. He was one of the basically creators of Warcraft. And he's very involved in the lore, and what they show is really got me intrigued, to be honest, because basically it seems to me like they're building up to a big event, and hopefully what I think they should do is once they do, like, because it's like I think there's one expansion coming, but then after that they announce like a 3-pack expansion that they're gonna be like interconnected. And it seems to me that after that, maybe, I'm not sure, but this is just my theory, they're going to maybe reboot everything, or something's going to happen that will change, the landscape of World of Warcraft. What I'm hoping is maybe they update everything, and, maybe we have like a kind of like a World of Warcraft 2, and, we'll see.
But yeah, but Sal, what we need is what they need to do is sit down and like I said many times before, they need to sit down and dust all those old projects up, because I mean they gotta bring that StarCraft game, that Ghost.
Yeah, they need to bring StarCraft.
They need to bring StarCraft Ghost. I mean that game to compete against Warhammer. Oh man! And like you said, do the game of Aristus, Amadeus, whatever his name is. Do a game like that too. We need
I think
Amadeus. Isn't that a song? Amadeus. Is that a song?
I think if they're gonna make a StarCraft kind of like spinoff, like you mentioned, they have to bring first StarCraft back, because if not, that's probably gonna get a massive backlash.
It's been long enough now, honestly, that like if you bring out a new StarCraft, you'll get a lot of new people that have probably never even played the originals.
Yeah.
StarCraft, man. Why not? I mean, StarCraft is still going, Sourblow. I mean, I can get online and play StarCraft and have some fun.
Yeah,
It's still going. It's still
a competitive scene around it too, isn't there?
Yeah. It's a fun game.
Yeah. It's huge.
It's huge. Oh man.
Pause.
What are we talking?
All right, time to land the plane, Lou.
I know.
I think it's been a nice flight.
It's been a nice fight. I know you want to run and you don't want to watch the wrestling and talk more sports to Silent behind the scenes. Silent's going to get revenge on you. No worries.
Silent may have to watch the Celtics.
What? Silent
is that bocce ball tournament?
Bocce ball.
Exactly, yeah, that.
Racquetball. Yeah, racquetball.
Racquetball. Oh, that's right. Not bocce ball. Sorry.
Racquetball.
Have you guys seen ice football?
No.
Ice football.
That's a real sport.
Is that like Vitilla?
I don't know what you said, Louis, but
Bless you.
It's a real sport.
A real sport, Lou, not a backyard.
I think it's in Germany. It's a real sport.
It's
fun.
Do they play it on like an ice rink?
Oh, they're running on ice.
Dude, that's amazing.
It is phenomenal. Look, Google.
I know what I'm YouTubing now.
But,
oh my goodness.
That has, but they don't. They have to use. Hold on. They have to use. I'm trying to process this. They have to use like special skates, because you tackle someone and the person turns around and hits you with the blade, like.
They're running. They're running on ice.
Right?
They have no.
They got ice
they're
shoes
just
for that,
sliding.
Oh,
everywhere.
okay. They're just sliding with.
It's like in an arena. It's not like a football field, but.
Okay, but they're not using like ice skating, like.
No, they're running.
Okay,
I feel like that would be way too dangerous.
Yeah,
because you'd be going so
way
fast
too
skating and tackling. Yeah, there'd be death.
Oh my dear God! This is amazing, because they're trying to be cautious on the ice. It looks like they're like dainty jumping around, like This is oh, okay. This will be
I got.
interesting to watch.
I found
Thank
your
you.
sport, Silent.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Any way that someone can look even dumber in those tights as they do already, you found me. Good job.
Oh man, oh man. But anyways, guys, it's time to land this beautiful and awesome plane. And let us start off real quick with our Jason Biggs baseball player, Plume. Where can people find you, sir?
You can find me on YouTube, and actually, you know what? I found this app that makes some cool shorts, and it puts like the text on the shorts. So I've been like spamming those out. So you can find me now on like Instagram and TikTok and Facebook with all these shorts, but mainly on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube and X.
All right, all right, all right. How about you, our handsome Captain Silent Cypher Pits? Where they can find you, sir?
Dude, these ice football players look like they
I
all
know.
shit. They
I'm
look like they all
watching
shit
too.
in their drawers.
So now you want to talk sport, huh?
Yeah, you finally found one that entertains me.
Yeah.
Well, you can find me on Twitter or X, being an ass goblin as usual, because I love it, and I love when people get bent out of shape over nothing. You can catch me on other social media stuff too, TikTok and such, as Silent Cypher as well. I've been trying to do a few smaller little clips and stuff on TikTok as well. So Plume and I are battling it out for your views. You can watch both of us though. Just saying. Besides that, hopefully you'll catch me playing some video games this weekend. Maybe it sounds like the family might be visiting some of the in-laws. So maybe I'll actually get to play some video games again. I'm really looking forward to finishing some more Dead Island 2. And Noisy Mofo in the chat. Yes, I did say Ass Goblin. I am an Ass Goblin on Twitter. It's the best way I can explain my behavior on that social media platform. But yeah, so you can catch me there, and then next Friday morning I'll be back on Mr. Boomstick's chat, and holy crap, I think I just had a stroke or something. You'll catch me next Friday on Mr. Boomstick's channel. It's Double Barrel Gaming. Oh, much better. Okay. Anyways, yeah, catch me there, and just catch me online in general. If you see me being a nightmare or anything, feel free to say hi. If you want to play any games, just holler at me. But chat, thank you guys so much for being with us this week. It was awesome. And yeah.
I think Fridays is breakfast and boom, right? Fridays is breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Breakfast. There you go.
Yep.
There you go. See, Lou can help out. Lou knows things.
He doesn't know what an IP is in video gaming side of things, but he knows what a show is in a. So,
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
I learned to uninstall games, okay? So I'm moving up. I'm moving
You also
up.
learned how to water your computer, so.
Oh, I do that. I got it's
Nope.
PS5.
Yep.
And cook my PS5 on the skillet and do all sorts of things, huh? I know how to do that. Sourblow, where can they find you, sir?
All right. Well, you can find me Twitter, Xbox, Sourblow18. You can find me on Friday sometimes in the Xbox International en Español with Elvio, Shaddai, and ASCAP Gaming. So if you speak Spanish, you want to hear more gaming, Friday's the night for you. And recently I've been on YouTube, Sourblow, and I've been doing some content here and there, having some fun, talking some sports, since Silent don't want me talking about sports here. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm just, having some fun, talking wrestling, talked a little bit about the NBA playoff, and I even played some Sea of Thief. I streamed a little bit. So yeah, doing things here and there.
Oh man, that's awesome! That's awesome! That's awesome, man! Where can you find the crazy one? First things first, chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for those support, man. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. You guys are fantastic. Seriously, love you all to death. You can find the crazy one at Crazy Louis Gaming on Twitter X. as you can find the Crazy One. And on Tuesdays, you can find them at the Xbox Factor Podcast over there at the Mr. Boomstick's channel. And here on Wednesdays with the Xbox International Podcast with Sourblow, the Big Plume, and Silent Cypher. And also, I started Good Morning segments from Mondays to Saturdays. Sometimes I try to wheel in a Sunday, but it's going to be from Mondays to Saturdays saying good morning to everybody. So tune in on the YouTube channel so you guys can see me, hang out for 20 minutes, see what you're all up to, and just talk to you all, chat, and have some little fun. That's where you can find the Crazy One. Like I always say, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that bell so it can tell you when XBI content comes on. And remember, let's go, let's rock, and it's time to play 83 games. They are so beautiful.
No.
I swear,
Crazy.
because it's true.
Crazy.
Only
This
on
is not good.
Sony.
Why does he have pants on?
I know, right?
Next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
First for him.
Crazy. Shut up and go eat your pony sausage.
What now? What'd you say?
Go eat your. Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our destination. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off this live stream. On behalf of Xbox International, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you aboard next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.